Ace money the shit. Working that wrist. Ballin' like Swiss. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick.
Hey, can I ask a question? How do we talk about proving while letting Fury duck a third fight?
I don't believe he ducked a third fight, but
the third fight didn't happen. The third fight
doesn't mean he ducked. The third fight didn't happen.
Well, that's a duck if it didn't happen next.
No, it's not. It could be a technicality. And if it's a technicality, meaning that the contract was expired, because contracts do have expiration dates, and they do have act of God clauses for any natural types of hurricanes, natural disasters, covers pandemics, epidemics. Yeah, but Wilder kept changing the dates 7 different times. Fury got sick of it.
Can you validate that? You just gave the other gentleman a whole hassle about him saying information that wasn't accurate. You just stated that Wilder. You stated Wilder changed the date 7 different times.
Yeah, so I just go by credible sources. So obviously, I've been following this story since Wilder disappeared off the face of the earth. Who knows where he went? But
he's probably hanging out with Golovkin somewhere. You know, he's been absent as well. But back to those.
Okay, I was just going to tell you the credible sources. So following that, like I've heard, I don't take it from anywhere. If I've heard Eddie Hearn, who was quite active in talking about stage by stage things, if I hear Bob Arum talking about stage by stage things, because Bob Arum was on. He wasn't even though he reps for Tyson Fury. He was quite active and quite vocal of saying the stages of what was happening with Wilder before the arbitration. So I would just go. All I say is that I go by just the sources that are out there. I don't like pluck things from the tree. Like just because my friend, or my next door neighbor, told me something about Deontay Wilder, that's not my source. Like.
So I'm wondering, how do you validate a source from the opposing promoter? A promoter that rather would take the bag than letting Wilder get the bag. So it's just like the whole thing. I've been listening to y'all celebrate this whole Fury Joshua thing like it's a real validated championship. When Fury has never had a championship without controversy. So this whole thing is a WWE Hulk Hogan versus
there's no controversy. Fury beat the shit out of Wilder straight up. He got his ass whooped. Wilder got his ass whooped. There's no controversy. There has been no evidence presented. There has been no legal thing that ain't in court for Elton Glove. They is in court for the compensation. He hasn't presented nothing. If somebody would have cheated me and had a riding glove, don't you think they would take a legal action? He can't do that. Al Heyman and them is not going to do that. Y'all need to stop with that fucking narrative, bro. He just got his ass beat. It's okay.
Listen, I don't know if you watch kid wrestling or WWE wrestling or boxing, but I don't know what you consider an ass beating. You know what I'm saying? The man did not hit the canvas once.
Yeah, he did.
The referee did not stop.
What are you talking about? He got hit with a body shot and went down. What fight?
He got hit with a body shot. What round would you talking about?
What fight did you watch?
He got hit with a body shot though, bro. He did, Mr. T.Y. He got dropped. I think 2 times.
Body shot.
One was that body shot.
He got tripped, and the body shot was in what round?
No, he got dropped and beat up. He got dropped and beat up.
No, I think you guys listen to the commentators, and y'all really pay attention to what's going on in the ring.
I just watched that fight yesterday. I watched the fight yesterday, and man, I know you rock with Wilder, bro. Fury did his thing that night, though, bro. You can't take that away from him, bro. And I fuck with Wilder, bro. But I don't want to. I'm a Wilder fan, but if I don't agree that Fury, did something and this and that, bro, I'm still a Wilder fan, but he lost that fight, bro. You know what I mean? He got beat fair and square. He did, bro.
No, he had the fight stopped from an unauthorized trainer that threw in the towel.
He didn't get beat. Smart Greenland, bro. Come on, bro. An Olympic gold medalist, a champion.
That means nothing. That means shit.
Bro, because he stepped stronger, bro. He did his job as a trainer, Mr. T.Y., bro. You want the man to die in there? So you want Wilder to fight to the death, like he said.
Yo, it's his business. It's his business. Don't act like you care. It's his business.
Bro, he got a family though. We do care.
Look, I'm gonna put it like this, man.
So if y'all care so much, why would y'all let Fury continue to cheat? Why would y'all even give Jade a chance to go against somebody?
I feel sorry for people that think
Deontay Wilder haven't even said that he want to come out and fight Tyson.
Hey, yo, my bagel eating sister, be easy.
Wilder, no, but it must be horrible thinking like that.
Be easy.
Why did Wilder she's a queen, bro?
Do you know how easy?
Queen, my brother.
Everybody don't earn that crown.
She's a black queen, my brother.
But do you know how easy it is to be free, bro? Like, it's so easy to be free. It's okay to cape for your favorite fighter. It's okay. But what I'm saying is, it's not okay to just go by things that you don't know and make up narratives. And it's not even like Deontay Wilder is actually
validate the 7-day changes. Didn't you say 7-day changes?
Like, you know, don't you want to wake up like how Wilder wakes up and doesn't give a fuck?
You just said validate, but you said 7 dates were changed by Wilder. So can you validate that? Or you just talking about out of one side of your neck? Which way are you going?
Okay, well, as far as
you can't say validate one thing, but you don't want to validate another.
As far as I was concerned, I didn't have a mouth in my neck. So my mouth is clearly on my face. If you see my face, there's a picture. There's a picture of me right there. There's no mouth on the internet.
Stay focused.
No, we don't do with the internet either, my G.
Focus on boxing.
It doesn't fear me.
Let me say this.
Let's go again. If you want to have an adult talk, an adult debate, let's have it. If you're going to start being rude and talk about I talk outside of my neck and that I need to earn my crown, I don't need to be validated by you to have anyone.
Don't get hot. Don't throw flames at the sun. I am the sun.
I'm just
Don't throw flames at the sun.
I'm just caring about you, and I just want you to be
Thank you.
free.
And I got a big hope for you, and I appreciate it.
I just want you to be set free and just say, do you know what? What happened is what happened. Until we have any more evidence, we'll go by that. But right now, I still like Deontay Wilder, but let's just let it be, and let's just live life.
See, there's a thing where history has been altered, and we get conditioned to fake history. And I'm not, and I don't settle for it.
Okay. Well, sorry about that.
Let me speak to Mr. T.Y. real quick. So, Mr. T.Y., man, thank you for joining the panel like always. You are a great part of the show. Appreciate you, man. I want to say this now, as far as this Wilder and Tyson Fury thing, right? So, we all know we seen Wilder versus Fury fight twice, and we know the outcome. That they fought already. Now the fans want to see the Undisputed fight. So do you blame the fans for wanting to see Undisputed, my brother?
I think the fans have been steered like cattle to want to talk about this fight, but the fight hasn't been earned. You understand? Now, in a third fight, if it ever happened, of course, there will be eyes on it. This would be a fight where it wouldn't be no controversy. The fight with Klitschko, there was controversy. These last two fights, there was controversy, whether y'all want to recognize it or not, because some people are trained to listen to tabloids, and they parrot what the tabloids want them to think. Some people watch fights but only listen to the commentators, and they narrate what the commentators want them to think happened in the fight. And there are some people who pay attention to the underlying story. Some people who mute the commentators and actually pay attention to what's going on. You understand? So people noticed that glove was fighting before it even went to the main press, and it was erased from the main press. So now, Wilder's competing promoters, of course, will tell you a whole bunch of stories.
When he done, I'm gonna get
it. New media can't get in because it's.
Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it.
Oh man, you see
let me get it. Let me get it.
Wait, Lady Shem, he can join the group.
No, I got pizza. I got pizza now.
Yeah, don't go. No. Because you bring in the smoke. We got smoke for you. Yeah. We got that smoke for you. Don't go.
That's not smoke,
I'm actually
man.
Really cooking. I got food in the oven. I'm listening. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
That ain't smoke. There was no controversy, bro. People are trying to create controversy, but there's none. There's no controversy. You know what's the controversy about Mark Breland throwing in the towel? Like Mark Breland spiked his water. What kind of controversy? There ain't no real controversy, bro.
Yo, that's like
you confusing controversy with
Deontay's wife coming in the ring and throwing in the towel. She doesn't have the authorization to throw in the towel.
That's his trainer. He does that.
No, that's not his main trainer. This certain things in those corners.
When you start talking like this is why
I got a question for you.
I don't know how close I've been to those corners, but I've been pretty close to those corners. Bro.
I know you have, bro. I come on, follow you on Instagram. And my brother, like I said, I want to know this though. So nobody said anything about Tyson Fury being a cheater until Wilder lost. But everybody knew Wilder had a history. I mean, Tyson Fury already had a history prior to that Deontay Wilder fight. But nobody said anything until Wilder lost. It's like people trying to find an excuse. That's what they're saying, bro.
Bro, the number one factor, it was a 3-fight trilogy. And your boy is skipping over the trilogy because he knows he didn't win the first 2 fights, and there's a bag waiting for him. It's all about you getting that bag. More than likely.
Let me say this to him. Yo, Mr. T.Y., so you think Tyson Fury is going to take less to give Wilder a rematch? Come on, bro. He got an undisputed fight right ahead of him for $100 million. You think he's going to turn that down to fight Deontay Wilder, somebody he just stopped? I mean, then he just
some scams work, man. Good for them.
Okay, well,
I'll be watching the cooking channel. I won't be supporting it.
You don't worry about it. If you need to watch the cooking channel,
well, I will.
It serves a purpose. It serves your purpose.
What's up, Lisa Bell? What's good, Lisa?
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
It's the most important fight that's out there right now to me.
Not to them. They think it's I
mean, well, I don't base what I do in boxing what other people do. This is the thing, right? This is just my opinion. I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I have never seen anything like this before in my life. Anything like this in my whole entire life. Watching boxing.
The first time for everything.
Yes, there's been corruption in boxing and all of that, but there should be some type of investigation or whatever. I'm not trying to do that because I'm not an investigator. I don't know the inner workings of boxing like that. But I have never seen something where people are not rooting for an undisputed heavyweight match.
Neither have I.
I have never seen that in my life.
You know why? Because they're not fans of the sport. They're fan of one man in the sport.
Yeah, that's such crap.
And when Mike Tyson,
you can't have fans that support the sport, who pay their money, who feel that something was done unfairly, and tell them to keep paying and keep supporting. You know what I'm saying? For anybody.
So why are you here then? So why are you on a boxing forum? Stop.
Bro, they want you. No, you want to big up. You want to big up Wilder, but they shit on Crawford. You want to big up Wilder and shit on Crawford.
Yeah, well then I don't understand why you're on a boxing forum, mate. Like, if we're going with your mantra is why support and pay money and that, fall back. That's your choice. But why are you here then?
Wasn't you just complaining about Wilder not being active?
Yeah, but why are you here then? You just said that you're not supporting something.
So you can complain about one thing and I can't complain about the other?
No, but make it make sense. You just said you're not.
We both are complaining about something.
You said you're not, but I'm not complaining about I'm not a fan girl of one person in the sport. I love the sport of boxing. Period. If I want to see Errol Spence fight Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is my favorite fighter. I want to see them fight. But is it a bigger fight than undisputed heavyweight? In the world of boxing, my G, heavyweight undisputed has always been the biggest. This is the biggest fight. It always has. There's undisputed fights in 17 other weight categories. It doesn't matter. We're not saying that. So what? Because it's not the heavyweights, it's not important. But there's a hierarchy in this in the sport of boxing. And if you was a fan of the sport and not a fan of the mere mortal, you would know that this fight is muy importante. Simple as. Okay, cool. Well, let's move it along. Lisa, what have you got to say, girl? I mean,
Yo, H, do you want to move it along? It sounds like bull crap and they ducking.
Yeah, well then fall back, Mikey. You can come off. Like nobody's.
No, I get it. I answer
no
this
one's
question. I want
you.
to. Well, look. Okay, do you
Yeah,
think?
but no one's
Okay, so it was cheating, right? You think it was cheating, right? You think that water got cheated? What you think the gloves? You say the glove wasn't so funny. What is your argument with the fight? I want to know what's your argument with the Fury fight. What happened?
There should be a third fight.
Okay, period. Cool. There should be, and I should have $1 million in my bank.
You just mad? Oh, so you just mad?
Gosh, move it along.
Right. So you just mad because it's not a third fight?
Sounds so petty and.
Is that your grief? Is that it?
Be a third fight.
When you hear big men like this,
I thought you was, so what controversy?
They love him. I'm glad you know I'm a big man.
It's so embarrassing when you hear big men.
We will respect it more.
I cringe for thee. I cringe for them. I cringe for thee. It's so embarrassing. Like it's so cringy when like you just hear big men, like definitely in the 40-year-old bracket upwards, like, and this is what you guys are doing. It's sad. Just do your own channel, like you do your LD with Fanon and all of that, and you guys carry on putting out the content between yourselves. But like, if we're not in it, we're not on it. So if we're not on it, you stick to your side, and we just do our thing. Because unfortunately, my G, we're moving forward. If you don't like it, and you said you don't wanna pay into the sport because it's corrupt or this and that, well, why are you here? That's all I'm asking. Like, you make your words make sense, because words are words, but actions are actions. And if your words and your actions don't match, I cannot take you seriously. No disrespect, my brother, but I'm going to put myself on mute because I just would rather listen to whatever everybody else has got to say. Thanks a lot for your participation. It's wild to me.
See, that's why we subscribe to her.
Money, H Money, Moolah, H Money, Mr. The Zone. Shout out to H Money Boxing. We talking about H 10 toes down, the real lightweight WBC lightweight champion, Devin the Dream Haney. Shout out to the chat, Smoke, and shout out to the panel.
Yeah.
10 toes down on this side. But yo.
Yeah, I'm sick of this whole discussion, man. It's just sickening, man. It's crazy.
Coco the Don.
Look,
I'll
let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna sign
going
off
for
too.
the gusto. You up next, nigga? I say this though. Wilder and Fury. The trilogy is set in stone. You can like that or not. Breach a contract is unavoidable. You cannot breach a contract. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, when it comes to Fury and Anthony Joshua in the Undisputed match, I'll say have that fight. I will push that fight. And whoever the winner is, whether it's fair or not, Wilder will have AJ and Fury on that list.
JFL in the building. What up, JFL?
That's How JFL. Do you know that?
I could salute that if Wilder was saying the same thing.
AJ beating Wilder.
Right now, yeah.
Hey,
you have your pick. That's
Brian
all good.
Custer, contract where we don't know what's in it. Pick. I'm not talking about.
Brian Custer
I don't work for these
Deontay
people.
Wilder, who he wanted to fight next, he said Dillian White.
Now listen, we got Dillian White.
Bro. He ain't trying to fight that man.
Hold on, bro. Whoever talking, bro. Hold on, bro. Share the panel, bro. Everybody spoke. Now share the panel. And what I'm saying is, Povetkin and White, they got their matchup. Now Wilder, he got other fights he can pick from too. He can still come back and get in the mix with top heavyweight, former champions. He still got a list still. Just as AJ will still have a list still. Like Tyson Fury will still have his list to go down still. But you can have the Undisputed. Go right ahead. I want that signed, sealed, and delivered. At the end of the day, bruh, the Wilder trilogy with Fury is still on the table. You can like it or not.
Those are the facts they can't handle.
Bro, you don't know. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all ain't seen no contract. If people saying the contract is fire, how y'all know? Y'all don't know what's in the contract.
They don't know nothing about.
Now, this is what I'm saying. If you say, hold on,
JFL, bro, it's time to move on, my brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, JFL. Yo, JFL, it's time to move on, bro. Listen. Listen to me real quick, JFL. Let me talk real quick. Yo, let me say something real quick. Hold up, let me say something real quick, bro. Wait up. Gotta move on, JFL. Fury versus Joshua is next. What is Wilder gonna do? Wait, you've been speaking enough for Wilder, bro. You've been loyal. Let me say this real quick. You've been loyal to Wilder. You've been supporting. No, let me finish, bro. You've been supporting Wilder, and Wilder let you down. Where is he at? Why he can't speak for himself? No, why you always gotta speak for him? Why he can't man up and speak for himself and let his nuts hang? Why he can't do that?
You gotta understand. When things transpired,
that would make sense.
Hold on, bro. First of all, when Wilder then spoke, while other people speaking for him, and when Wilder do speak out, which he came out and actually recently came out and spoke, he corrected a lot of narrative that was out there.
No. You know what he did do? He got on the internet. He got on the internet and he was twerking. That's what he did do. That's what he was doing. He got on the internet and he was twerking.
What did he say? He got cheated?
He got cheated? Move on from that.
What I'm saying is, listen, bro, hold on, bro. Who you, bro?
Who talked for him?
Who you, bro? Hold on, wait a minute, bro.
The clip came out.
You don't speak for Wilder. You don't speak for Wilder. So
when y'all was talking about Wilder,
what we going by what Wilder said? Wilder said the
no. Y'all said people was
speaking. Blame Mark Wheeler with no evidence, bro. Where they do that at?
Listen, obviously y'all haven't been listening to Wilder.
They put out the interview, and Wilder said, "I don't know. I think it was my suit." When that shit came out, that
false narrative on that. But go ahead.
That was fucking true, bro. It came out to be true.
No, that's false narrative. But go ahead.
No, that's not, bro. It came out already. Go look it up.
False narrative, like I said, that was a false narrative. But go right ahead. You can run with that though.
How is it when it's video recorded? It was video recorded. His voice, bro. That already came out like a month ago.
Like I said, bro.
Listen. He blamed Mark Breland for throwing in the towel when Mark Breland was saving his life. That's Mark Breland's job. No, let me finish. That's Mark Breland's job. Wilder could have died in that ring. Plenty of fighters died.
False narrative, and Wilder spoke on that too.
I watched the fight when Patrick Day died, bro. If his trainer would have stopped the fight earlier, he would have never died.
Let me ask you something. What did the doctors say? Did anybody want to bring that up? The doctors in the corner allow Wilder to continue. On this panel want to bring that up. I'll wait.
Yo, can I chime in real quick?
Okay,
crazy man. It's my last time talking about this bullshit.
Yeah, man. We tired, bro. Talking about this insane shit, bro.
Can I chime in real quick?
Hey, y'all read about.
I swear, this is my last time talking about this crazy.
That's why we don't want to see the fight. That's why we don't want to see the fight. We tired of hearing this shit, bro.
I know.
But listen,
y'all took the air out of this fight for me.
You can have, listen, all I'm saying is, you can have your narrative. Have your narrative.
Go right and you have yours, but have it in your own platform because we're done.